Hey, how's it going, everyone? So the other day I made a video talking about one of the survivors. Her name was Stacey Williams, and I was trying to explain a little bit about her story and her experience that she had with Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump in the 90s. And I did not do this victim story justice at all. I went back and I saw it, and it was absolutely ridiculously horrible. So, anyways, I went back and I found the clips, and I actually found another survivor, um, another victim's story, and she happened to be from Europe, and I didn't never even seen this one victim, because honestly, there's just so many victims of obviously Epstein, and Trump has been accused from over 2 dozen women. So there is a lot of these women out there, and this is just another one. So, anyways, I'm just gonna show you guys the clips, and it is coming from Stacey Williams' mouth herself. So obviously, she's gonna explain it a lot better, and then I will add the other one in. I do not remember the other one's name. Actually, where I found it, I don't believe it showed the name. But anyways, here are those clips.
Where you say that Trump groped you in front of Epstein. I do want to note that CNN has spoken to 3 friends of yours who confirmed that you told them about this alleged incident over past decades. Can you tell me more about what happened that day and particularly how Trump and Epstein interacted?
Yeah, before I get into the details of what happened, which, obviously I told you guys and I've shared with multiple outlets the specifics of the assault that happened, I want to point out that I was polygraphed before I did all of this by one of the most renowned examiners in the world. Michael Wolff has hundreds of hours of interviews with Jeffrey Epstein where Jeffrey confirmed to Michael what the two of them did to me long before I came out and told you all of this. So those are 2 critical data points that you need to have, and now I'll walk you through what happened. I was dating Jeffrey. He was always talking about Donald. It was his bestie and everything, and he was joking about how Donald thought I was hot and Donald thinks I'm this or whatever, wants to talk to you. And he was telling me this as we were taking a walk down Fifth Avenue one day. And he said, let's stop in and see him at his offices. So we went up to his office in Trump Tower, and within a couple of minutes, Donald was outside of his door, and his hands were all over me. They were on my breasts, they were on my butt, they were on, my hips, up and down, while the two of them just kept having a normal conversation. I don't remember exactly what was in the conversation. Again, this was, we're talking 90, this is 93 now. It was something about, it was irrelevant. It was like, oh, Stacey's career's on fire. She just did Sports Illustrated again, blah, 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 blah. And they were back and forth, smiling and grinning and carrying on a conversation while Donald ran his hands all over me. And, when that happens in broad daylight in someone's office and an assistant's walking back and forth, you're in shock. If it happens in a dark alleyway, right, you defend yourself. But when it's hidden in its brazenness like that, which is Donald Trump's forte, you go into shock. So I froze, and it was over and very quickly. It was a few minutes, and then we got back in the elevator, and Jeffrey's energy had changed. He was like seething. He was enraged. He would make eye contact with me, and then we got out on the street on Fifth Avenue, and he looked at me and he just started yelling at me, saying, "Why did you let him do that?" And he was so enraged. And then I remember thinking, like, why did I? I felt like I was coming back into my body at that moment, and I was confused.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that is pretty disgusting to me. So, I was just looking up some information to try and find this other woman's name. Maybe it's hard to find her name because she has made it hard to find her name. I mean, a lot of these women, I would imagine, want some privacy and things like that. But I was able to find a few European women. I'm about to show you guys a second clip, and her name could be Nini Leaksasini, Leak Sun Eid, or Patrice Keel. I probably butchered both of those names, but I am almost positive that one of those names is going to be this next woman, this next victim in this next video. So, anyways, that previous video that was on CNN with Stacey Williams, that is just heartbreaking. But I could only imagine, her being really young, hanging out with these really powerful men, not really feeling that she would be in a position to do anything or say anything without pissing them off, disappointing them, whatever it is. And it's sad that they had that type of power over her and all sorts of women, all sorts of now victims and stuff. I mean, that's just a um, very unfortunate, and it's just crazy to think that this man ended up becoming our president with such a dirty past like that. But I don't know. This guy gets away with murder almost. He is a crazy predator. I mean, there's no other way to put it. I mean, there's so much irrefutable proof that Donald Trump is a serious predator. Um, and I mean, there can't be all of these different accusations from different women, and they, and not to mention, his best friend happened to be the world's biggest creep, the biggest predator ever. Um, and you not, you know something about it or just full blown involved in it. So I know I'm not buying it. I there's I like to think I have common sense, and this is pretty simple to see that Donald Trump is absolutely guilty, and it's just really sad that his I guess fans, his supporters that don't know anything about anything, are just okay with supporting a predator. That is probably one of the most disturbing things. Um, and I know a lot of people will say, "Well, don't worry about what I support." Well, the reason why I do is because it affects my life and people I love. And our country is in the toilet right now. I mean, it really is. There's going to take so much time when MAGA is finally out of the White House. It's going to take so much time to repair all the damage that this man has caused in our country, around the world. I mean, it's absolutely insane. But anyways, here's this last clip from this other victim. Okay, so that's going to do it for me, guys. I will probably see you guys here pretty soon. And also, if you guys are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the like button. It really would help me out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I entered the suite and looked around. And when I turned, in absolutely no time, he jumped on me, kissed me all over, grabbed me all over, and I was totally perplexed and blocked first. And then I tried to tell him that this is absolutely not the way it works in Europe, and that I don't want to.
Okay, so that's going to do it for me, guys. I will probably see you guys here pretty soon. And also, if you guys are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. And don't forget to hit the like button. It really would help me out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.